Hello, hello. Whoa. Too loud. Too loud. It's been a while. And I don't know where I left off. Okay, I'm on my ship. What do I do on my ship? Okay. Let's press L. Let's look at the quests. I don't get it. Where's the quest that we... Hadrian said she'll be waiting for me outside of Mast in New Atlantis. Okay. I don't want to... I want to help the Crimson Raiders. Crimson Fleet. I don't like them. Let's do a little bit of the main quest. And then we'll go finish the Terramorph quest line. It seems interesting enough. I mean, I don't even need to take off. Let's go to Venus.
Hello, what do we have here? See that cluster of ships? Varun Zealots. You ever run into one? Completely devoted to a deity they call the Great Serpent, the devourer of the unbelievers. I'll let you guess what happens if they spot us.
Do we see Vanguard Moara's ship anywhere?
No other ship readings in the area. And I doubt they'd be so calm if a Vanguard had flown by recently.
Why are Varun Zealots out here near Venus?
No idea. They appear and attack people seemingly at random. House Varun technically has diplomatic ties to the other factions, but the Zealots are outside of their control. Or so they say.
I doubt they know where our vanguard is.
No, but I think I see something else that might. There's a UC satellite beacon hovering distressingly close to those Faroon ships. If we can get close enough to it, we could download its logs and figure out where our vanguard was heading to next.
So we need to get to that beacon without being attacked?
Exactly. Minimal ship power. Go slow. We grab the data on that satellite and jump away. Oh, great serpent, bless this communion that we may walk in Janan Veroon's footsteps. That he jumped from the soul system out into the beyond and touched your magnificence. That he learned the truth of the shrouding, the coming eternal embrace. That you will reward the promised and cast the accursed into shadow.
So we're trying to be stealthy, huh? If it even works. I don't want to do it again. And if I fail and they start attacking me, then I can just like load the save.
parts for emergency repairs. Hopefully it hasn't been picked clean yet.
Oh, that's not good. Earth and everything around it was abandoned a long time ago, and the old star yards are crawling with spacers and other scavengers.
Okay. We're going to Earth. Nice. Or to the moon.
There it is. Nova Galactic Star Yard, still orbiting Earth's moon. This is where the first interstellar ships were made. People still use their modules, even though their star yard hasn't been running in forever.
What happened to Earth anyway? Why did we leave it?
It's all ancient history now, but the Earth lost its atmosphere. It started sputtering out into space. Humanity had about 50 years to evacuate the planet. That's kind of how the United Colonies government started, managing the exodus. Earth is more or less a dust ball now. You can occasionally find a few remnants of the world we left behind on the surface, but not much.
Forget about finding the artifact. I wanted to walk on the moon. Let's see if Vanguard Mara is in that star yard.
Keep your weapons ready. Never know who else might be scavenging there.
And no one's answering. No one's at home. Let's
Right,
board it.
Captain. Where are we headed next? 2 steps in, and we're already looking at a...
What happened? Hello? Seems to be fine, but the game like just went and said, fuck it. I'm out of it. This game is just getting annoying, to be honest. Just because of those, like, limitations, game-breaking bugs, all that bullshit. Better just, like, leave it. Why is it compressed like this? My stream. Is it like that on the screen? Just a second. Gotta pull it up. I don't know. On Twitch, it seems to be fine. Like the picture. I'm gonna look at it on YouTube. Just check it out. YouTube. Seems fine, but I'm not sure. Seems fine, but I'm not sure. Well, I hope it will be fine. It'll be like a decent stream. We'll see.
They have anything valuable? I probably fucked something up. Or not. My brain just wasn't working. Let's see if there are robots on this space star yard, whatever. Huh? How did they see me? Oh, they're fighting something else. Gonna make you pay. How much you tipped it? They do here. Scavenging a star yard is a bit low end for them.
Just go all Rambo mode. Am I bleeding?
You piss me off.
Ah, next time.
What was that, Kodama? It's also a new weapon, which I never saw. Something new, but probably shitty. Oh, come on. Don't go.
What was that?
Have some courtesy. I'm looting. There's a lot of credits here. People are rich. Are rich Star Yard workers. I'm guessing I need to go here. But like a true gamer, I'm gonna go the backwards. The wrong way.
Some kind of an acrobat.
They're gone.
Oh. Someone's running. Running to his death. Toilet. Toilet, toilet, toilet. Nothing, nothing. A light. Sorry if I like just rushed through it,
Can't hide from me.
but it's getting annoying. Like all the same stuff, all the same levels. Spacers against Ecliptic. But there weren't any good guys.
It's going down. We got company.
Occupied. I could say the same to you. It's not worth dying over.
If you're searching them, make it quick.
Wonder what prompts her dialogue. Sometimes she says like, don't pick up the junk, don't like hurry up like right now. Sometimes she says, yeah, don't miss anything. They could have valuable loot. Search and rescue key, huh? Sword of Damocles. Damocles? Damocles? I don't know. Probably something Greek. There's a lot of drugs. Do I have a Grendel or something like that? That's kind of worse. Worse or same, like this one. I'm getting a lot of laser cartridges, but I'm not using laser weapons. I was here, right? Or was I? Okay, now I'm kind of lost. I think I came from here. At least from this direction.
Oh well.
I can't see.
Looks like the last of them.
Let's see, do they have any potatoes? Potatoes? Potato? Cutting board, tomato. I could take like a fresh tomato. Fresh onion and lettuce. Maybe I can make something with it. Oh, potatoes. Let's see. Can I put it in your recipe? Alien sandwich. Bread and nutrient.
Nice work. What else are you going to make?
More potatoes. Potato. Potato. We need a research thingy. Okay. Did he like take his own life, or did he just like fall asleep there? Dead. A lot of grenades. Well, no, it's not impossible. It's kind of weird seeing whiskey in a like a package, Tetra Pak, or however you call it, like a milk carton. Like this one, this package, and there's like whiskey in it, or like a juice. This one, drink pack whiskey. It's like for kids. Seems like it. This was a dead end, right? Yeah. Let's go here.
Got another one! Come on!
Taking damage.
Nice.
We don't stock up on junk.
Modified AA99. Seems nice, but I don't know if it's good. Is it a good weapon? Like, it does not do a lot of damage. Nah, I don't care. Okay, speedrun. Speedrun loot. Milk. I don't need milk. Tombstone. Grenades. I have a feeling if I start like hoarding grenades, I'll just be in the end game because I never use them. And I'll just be chugging them like left and right. Just a wooden duck. Wonder if it's like meant to be a true duck, like a real duck, or just like something else. It could be a human reproductive organ. I get it. I mean, you can use credits for stuff to buy yourself a meal. Why leave it in your toolbox? Where everyone can take it. What am I even looking for? Clues for that Vanguard lady? Yes, research lab. Oh, I had bread, but I gave it away. Damn, I think I cooked something. Well, maybe next time. What? She just teleports. Does whatever she wants.
This is Vanguard Moira. Sorry if I had to reclaim some UC property, but this whole star yard is overrun. I've patched up my ship, and I'm heading to Neptune. Going to put in another request to get the fleet out here to deal with these spacers. But until then, if any of you thugs are listening, I'm the damn ghost stealing your stuff in the night. Clear out while you have the chance.
Much better odds destroying one of their ships than fighting them all at once here.
That's good that I don't make smart plans, right? But what doesn't make sense is how'd they dock it? And like, did someone just leave with the ship and let them fight here? Like, where are the ships from the spacers and Ecliptic people? That doesn't make sense. Like, where did they go? And why did they leave? So I have a boost back, but I don't have a skill in using it. If you feel sick, please report to the med staff immediately. Did I check everything out? Probably not. Locked.
I'm hoping there was a good reason that was locked.
Huh? I was here. How did I miss the door? Probably because I was just like standing here and looking down on them. Yeah. Let's see if I missed any other rooms and then just leave. I was here. I remember the milk. I was here as well. Yes. Okay. Do I want to land on the moon? I don't think so. There's no reason. Let's go to Neptune. Neptune, Triton. Fast travel. Oh, did I just survey the whole planet in one go? Damn, maybe I shouldn't have done it.
Wait, you see that? There's a ship just drifting out there. No time to take in the sights. That could be our vanguard. Something's wrong. The ship's weapons are powering up. Get ready! If you stop shooting at us, we'd be more than happy to respond.
Mark's hijacked my ship. Might find a couple of them, but they've locked me down. Really could use an assist.
We blow that ship out of the stars, he's dead and our artifact's gone. We're going to have to board. Target the engines. Once they stall out, we'll have our chance. That's it. Start the docking routine. Come on. Let's go rescue that Vanguard.
Hmm.
Just give the word and we'll get underway.
Someone's drinking a lot of coffee.
Can't believe I blew 500 credits on a lousy bet. Last one.
Let's loot her ship before she notices it. Industrial workbench, weapon workbench, spacesuit workbench. This woman has everything on her ship, just not a crew.
Am I glad to meet whoever you two are? Looks like we're all in one piece. Any day you walk away from, right?
Who were those people? Why did they hijack your ship?
Ecliptic mercs. They'll work for anyone. And vanguards don't exactly make friends with local pirates, thieves, and scavengers. Think enough of them finally got fed up and they pooled their money to hire professionals.
More violence? No one has any respect for space these days.
I hear that. If the universe was a nice place, all soldiers could retire, and no home would be missing a seat at the table. Who are you two, anyway?
Constellation.
Seriously? Guess that's where the respect for space comment was coming from. Man, I've only heard stories.
We've heard stories too, about a strange object you found on patrol.
So, you know what that thing is. I tried to hawk it in Sidonia, and the guy thought I was peddling phony titanium.
It doesn't play nice with scanners. It'd be worthless to someone trying to flip rare minerals quickly.
So you're saying I shouldn't be using it as a hood ornament?
You were out on patrol for a long time. People were worried.
Oh, that. Yeah, I mean, it's been a mess lately. Spacers, Varun zealots, plus Ecliptic tracking me down.
We ran into a few members of Ecliptic at the Nova Galactic Star Yard. I'm guessing they were after you.
Ah, damn. That's probably how they found me. I knew taunting the Spacers to meet me at Neptune was a long shot. Making rookie mistakes. I've been chasing shadows around the Sol system for years. And every time I go back to Mars...
Sidonia is waiting for you. Run down. Forgotten.
Feels like everyone's given up, you know? I've just been spending more and more time in the Starfield. Sometimes I wonder if I'm really going back.
Judging by today, I think the Sol system needs you.
Yeah, it sure does. Guess someone needs to be out there keeping the old neighborhood safe. If you're ever in Sidonia, we should grab a beer sometime.
If you don't mind, we came here for something. That strange object you found?
Right. Hey, it's yours. Appreciate the rescue. Hope you figure out whatever that thing is.
Good work. Let's get back to the lodge.
Is that all? Okay. Let's see. So I could check out the other planets, but I don't need to. So I'm just gonna try to continue the Terramorph questline. I mean, both lead to New Atlantis, so it's fine. Come on. So I have to run to the ship. Okay.
Ready to lift off when you are, Captain.
Who was Logan Cullen? Oh yeah, I remember. I had to bring a present. Let's go.
I really love this place. Couldn't imagine living anywhere else. Ever been to Sidonia? My brother works there.
Special delivery from your brother for your birthday.
What? Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I wasn't expecting this since Chris can't visit this year. How's Chris doing? Is he okay?
Don't take my word for it. He wrote you a whole letter.
You're right. I need to start trusting what he says more. It's just that he's so far away, and we don't know if he's okay. Oh, well, there I go again. I'll read his letter and see how he's doing. Thank you so much for bringing these to me. Here, take this for your trouble.
Thank you.
Until next time.
Bye. Got an itchy foot. Where's the janitor lady? Did I give her money so she can go away from here? No.
One day, I'm gonna leave New Atlantis for good. I have a feeling today's going to be a great day. Don't you agree?
You look a bit tired again. Are you doing okay?
Oh yeah, I'm fine. Like I said before, I love...
I can get you another one if you'd like.
Really? That's so... Take care of yourself.
Yes? What?
I'm just wondering, like, it always takes like 500 credits for my parents. Is that enough to live here?
Back to the lodge, shall we?
I'm so excited to see Tony after work. Nice. I have to... Here, take this. Thanks again. Don't be a stranger.
It's like a repeatable infinite quest.
Captain! Over here!
Come on, are you gonna crash now? Stupid game.
The workup's in the cabinet's hands. They said they'll call for us once they've gotten to properly review it. But listen, I know I should have been more forthcoming about who I was earlier. So, in the interest of full disclosure, there's one more thing you ought to know before we head up there. My relationship with the UC. It's more complicated than it might seem at first glance. The UC's actually the only reason I'm here in the first place. I am a clone of a man named Francois Sanon, one-time fleet admiral of the UC during the Colony War, former head of the UC Navy. They called him Vae Victus, woe to the defeated, in Old Earth Latin, a title he earned. The program I was a part of, it was the UC's attempt to create a new generation of military minds from one of their most respected tacticians. Secure the leadership of the UC military for generations to come.
Are there others from your program still out there? Other clones?
I'm the last. A few of my siblings, they passed when we were young. Training accidents and the like. But most of the rest were deployed to the front lines during the Colony War, and they never came back. Not a day goes by where I don't think about what the world would look like with them still in it.
You're a clone of a man? How's that work?
A non-trivial amount of gene editing. Clone, honestly, isn't even really the right term for our relationship, thanks to the amount of donor material that was required to bring me into this world. He and I are different on more than a few levels, but there's no denying the fact we're inextricably linked.
I'm more interested in what this has to do with us addressing the cabinet. Or, first I'll do this one. This Vae Victus must have been an impressive commander for the UC to want to clone him.
He would have happily told you he was one of the greats. Ultimately, though, it didn't matter. The man I was cloned from, my father, was executed for acts he committed during the war. The man caused a lot of death, on both sides. Freestar Collective, and UC. Military, and civilians. And the things he did, well, they're a part of the reason the UC and Freestar Collective aren't really on great terms to this day. So my involvement, it could be another obstacle they throw at us up there. I just wanted you to be forewarned.
What did your father do to merit being executed?
He had his men open fire on civilian ships during the Battle of Cheyenne. A battle that he ultimately ended up losing anyway, devastating the UC fleet and bringing the Colony War to an ugly end for the UC. But he's also the one who ordered the bombing of the Londinian spaceport during their outbreak, condemning countless lives. Both sides agreed the settled systems would be better without him.
You're not your father. If the cabinet doesn't see that, it's their problem, not yours.
I really appreciate you saying that. I just thought you deserved to know, considering how much you've done already. You know, while we've got a second, was there anything else we needed to discuss? I know you got dropped into the middle of this pretty fast. Or, if you've got any last-minute business to attend to, now might be a good time. No telling how long the cabinet's gonna keep us waiting out here.
Your eyes, they're red. Is that a result of the cloning process?
That's actually a souvenir from my time on Mars. The Red Devils unit I was a part of, they were founded by recruits who'd worked some of Mars' deepest mines. Folks used to adversity. The dust at those depths, it seeps into everything. The human eye included. Where the name Red Devils came from in the first place. It became an unwritten rite of passage that anyone wanting to enlist with the Devils had to do a stint in the mines before they could join up. The Devils were always talked about in such revered tones during my training, so as soon as I was old enough, I signed up. And the eyes were my parting gift.
Are you willing to tell me any more about your father?
I mean, we never spent a lot of time together. He was too busy being fleet admiral to deal with kids. I was raised by a pair of guardians instead. Until his defeat during the Colony War, though, he was known as an extremely effective commander. Savvy. Perceptive. That mind opened a lot of doors for him. And for me, too. But Ve Victus, for all his ability, was heartless. Ruthless to a fault. In the end, that's what cost him his life.
Any suggestions on what I should say to the cabinet?
Well, thinking about it more, I suspect there'd be value in sharing the fact that the Terramorph project was, well, a failure. There's no need to be afraid of this data being weaponized. Knowing that should calm some of the cabinet's fears and make it easier for us to dispel any suspicions the other factions might have about our intentions.
So honestly, what are the risks of us accessing this data?
Eye strain from the amount of reading I've got on the horizon if we succeed. The Terramorph project never went anywhere. It couldn't. They're deadly creatures, but they aren't xenoweapons. The cabinet not opening the archives is probably a bigger risk than them handing over the files. That data itself isn't dangerous. Which probably wouldn't be a bad point for us to bring up, should the opportunity arise.
Don't have any questions, no?
Then I guess it's just a matter of...
The cabinet meeting is about to begin. All parties, please proceed to the cabinet chambers.
Sounds like our cue. Here we go.
Where did she go?
Ah, welcome. You must be the Captain Hadrian mentioned in her report. You have our thanks for the risks you faced in securing this information.
Hadrian made it clear that addressing this issue required the utmost urgency.
Oh, I'm sure she did.
Yes, well, precisely how urgent is what I hope we'll determine here today. So now, we have two petitioners here making a surprising request. Access to the UC Xeno Warfare Team's Terramorph data, currently housed in the Armistice archives. A request which will require not just this body's agreement, but that of all three Armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun. Now, Captain, we've all read Hadrian's report on the subject, but we have yet to hear from you. Perhaps you could summarize for the Cabinet what it is you see as the goal of this endeavor.
Remind me, what's kept in these archives?
All knowledge related to the technologies banned by the UC and the Freestar Collective after the Colony War resides in the archives, including the aforementioned Terramorph data you and Hadrian are after. I want to know what you, someone with less direct involvement in the Armistice, sees as the purpose behind granting said access.
We're still trying to figure out what we're facing. We can't make an informed decision without data.
That is something to consider. Though we also have to take into account the nature of the data you require.
Madam President, I object to the very premise of this meeting. While no one would argue that what happened on Tau Ceti was anything less than a tragedy, Terramorph attacks are not some sudden new threat on the horizon. They've been happening for generations. To demand we hand over banned archival knowledge and possibly upset the balance of galactic diplomacy because of a single attack seems at best panic, and at worst, a power grab by the daughter of a bloodthirsty warmonger and her associates.
I would remind the chief diplomat who he's speaking to. If it's my father you're looking to address, you're welcome to consult a medium. I would also ask how many deaths the cabinet requires to act. 50? 50,000? Because if tragedies like Tau Ceti are just prelude to more attacks, I have no doubt you'll get the body count you require.
Let's keep this civil, shall we? And while there should be no doubt the preservation of life stands paramount among this body's duties, Chief Yassine has a point. Will a single attack, however troubling, be sufficient to convince the other factions to grant us access to what they no doubt consider weapon data? I don't think it's enough. Perhaps you can help, Captain. As the one who actually collected the sample in question, did this Terramorph seem at all alarming to you?
It wiped out a colony that never saw it coming. That's pretty alarming.
That is worth considering. This attack took place on an almost completely uninhabited world. The casualties were minimal as a result. But if there's another attack, will we be so lucky?
Yes, a fine point, Admiral. So then, Captain, given the discussion now and the information you've been privy to thus far, if you were in our position, would you grant the request made to open the archives?
If there's a chance what happened on Tau Ceti could happen elsewhere, we need to grant a request.
I'm uncomfortable opening the archives without gathering more information. However, if that's the path forward you prefer, then so be it.
I'm inclined to agree.
As am I.
I suppose that does get to the heart of the point, doesn't it? Very well. I consent. The galaxy was lucky you were here today, Captain.
You and I are in agreement, Chief Diplomat. So, if there are no other objections, I believe we can agree to give our full backing to make the request to... What was that?
Attention. Attention. An incident has occurred. Facility lockdown engaged.
Incident? Chief Sarkin, what's happening?
There's been an attack at the spaceport. Terramorphs.
Terramorphs. More attacks. Just as predicted.
Good God.
Damn it. They're here. Now.
There must be another explanation. The creatures evaded our scanner somehow.
There will be plenty of time for conjecture later. Chief Sarkin, Order the evacuation of the spaceport and have your men contain the things, but do it discreetly. The last thing we need is a citywide panic.
Yes, ma'am.
Admiral Logan, the local barracks can provide support?
I'll make the order myself. Nearest anti-Xeno squad, though, is off-world. Going to take a while to bring them in.
Well then, we'll have to make do with the tools we've got. You two, we can't risk those things getting out of the spaceport. I want you both on the next train there. We'll let them know you're coming, and that you've dealt with these things before. Now go show them how it's done.
We're on it, ma'am. Captain?
We didn't get where we are by sitting on our laurels. Our laurels, in fact, became uninhabitable a long time ago. Helps to remember that.
Nothing is getting to the...
Let's see these terramorphs.
You! The EM rifle, grab it!
Okay, that's it. Time to send some of your junk.
We're trying to help you!
Please! I... can't stop!
Who's next? Got one!
What?
Thank you for what you did. We didn't want to hurt them.
The way those people were acting, I've seen this before. They were under the Terramorph's influence, weren't they?
I don't know.
What's happening?
They were down at the port and they just started screaming. We tried to restrain them, get them on the train to get them out of harm's way, but some of the other officers down there, we couldn't restrain them fast enough. They just started firing on us. People we knew. They went berserk.
Pheromonic projection. Some terramorphs, they can induce this fog. It affects everyone differently, but some people just lose control, turn against everyone around them, even if they don't want to. They're like a puppet. You kill the morph, you break the hold. But this means we're gonna need to be real careful with our fire, and keep that EM weapon at the ready.
Are you suggesting terramorphs can control someone's mind?
I'm not suggesting. It's documented behavior. The result of the projection, though, can vary wildly. Some folks just shrug it off. Others hallucinate. And some lose control altogether. They'll lash out at anyone around them, but still be aware while they're doing it. Those cases, you'll either need to knock them out with EM fire, or free them by killing the terramorph.
Sounds like we need to hustle.
Let's do it.
Nat's unlocked. Please, do what you can to help them.
Let's see what we're getting us into.
Not now. Okay?
Stash the EM and pull some firepower. Let's move!
An evacuation order has been issued for the spaceport district. All citizens are required to proceed to the nearest shelter.
just stand there! Kill it!
Why am I overweight? You look cockly.
Wait, officer? Are you and this woman experts? Take whatever we can get right now. We've got the remaining creatures locked down on the landing pad, but we're barely holding our perimeter. They said you've done this before. Well, one fire team to spare and whatever supplies you need, but I can't risk them taking over any more of my men. Put those things down and do it fast. We'll hold them as best we can. We're going to hold. We have to.
Heard you might be looking for some backup. You say the word, we're out there on your 6.
You two have any experience with terramorphs before?
Only the brief they just gave on the way here, but we know how to handle pressure.
Surviving a full-on mental assault isn't the same as keeping your cool in a firefight. Might make you more liability than asset.
We're not UC security. You don't need to worry about us.
We'll handle this. You two stay put.
Your call. We're on the line.
Should be fine. We'll survive somehow. I have a different weapon. Why? 176. You come.
I should add that artifact. If you have any gear.
I don't want to be overweight in a fight like this.
Bye.
What do we
Scan any
have
promising
here?
leads?
Stay sharp, Captain.
I'm gonna go down.
There's one right there! Oh, God. Captain! You're going to be okay! It's not real! Whatever you're experiencing right now, it's not real! We have to put down that morgue!
weapon or we shoot!
I can handle this! Target down. Nice work, Captain.
It's over. Thank God. If these things reached the populated areas of the city, we would have had an absolute massacre on our hands.
Let's go. It's very nice of them that they left my ship in peace.
Don't leave any of that behind.
Guess they weren't kidding about you two. Universe put the right people in the right place.
You all held the line. You're the heroes here, not us.
Certainly doesn't feel like it.
I don't want to think what would have happened if you two hadn't been here.
Just glad we could rise to the occasion. Captain, we should report back to the President. Let her know the Terramorphs have been dealt with. Take care of yourself, Sergeant.
Attention. The spaceport has been secured. Safety precautions remain in place. Please wait for the all-clear signal before exiting your homes. That is all.
Those people are getting treated now. Don't know what would have happened if you hadn't shown up when you did.
How the hell do Terramorphs get into the city like that undetected?
That's a relief to hear. Thank you, gentlemen. Let your people all know how much we owe them today.
Yes, ma'am.
Ah, there you are. I believe we have some things we should discuss.
The loss of life, the damage to the spaceport. The costs of this attack are greater than I
We're
think we
counting on you,
realize.
Captain. Don't let my people's sacrifice be in vain.
Captain? Hadrian? It would appear that the Cabinet owes you our thanks for what you did for the city today. As well as an apology. Your concerns about the Terramorphs, well, consider them validated.
Thank you, ma'am.
Agreed. Thank you.
Of course. I only wish we could have acted sooner. Now, today's events have only clarified our path forward in the eyes of the Cabinet. You will have our full support in collecting the Terramorph data from the archives, as well as a subsequent investigation into the nature of these attacks. But to accomplish those goals, we're going to need the right people in the right places. As such, the Cabinet has authorized me to reinstate you, Hadrian, effective immediately, to your former rank of Major. As soon as we've got the data in hand, we want you investigating these attacks and how to stop them. Will you do this?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. I'd be honored.
Excellent. But as you've both made clear, for such an investigation to succeed first, we're going to need someone to convince the Freestar Collective and House Varun to play ball. Someone who knows precisely the sorts of dangers the colonies and all the galaxy are facing right now. The Cabinet wants you, Captain, to be that representative.
If you're sure that's the wisest course of action.
We do. In exchange, we're willing to fast-track your citizenship upon collection of the data. So, will you help us?
You can count on me, ma'am.
I'm glad to hear it. Now, we, of course, won't be sending you in without the proper support. Deputy McIntyre in the Office of Interstellar Affairs will be your guide on gaining access to the archives. You should be able to find her in her office across the hall. And on behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our thanks. You're dismissed.
Heroes removing down
Pull back to prevent more attacks.
I'm gonna go check in with Chief
Understand you.
Engineer Kulkarni. Start getting a plan together for that data.
There are so many different groups across the settled systems. It's hard to keep up with all the work they're doing.
You've seen these orders. A Vanguard captain. You... Yes, sir. I'll make sure they get what they require. That must make you my Vanguard captain. Welcome to Interstellar Affairs. I'm Deputy Chief Diplomat McIntyre, Chief Yassine's second-in-command. I heard you were instrumental in protecting the city from the attack. You have my gratitude. I was also informed that you gave quite the presentation to the Cabinet. Chief Yassine wants you to know the Interstellar Affairs Office is fully committed to this endeavor, accessing the Terramorph data and beyond. We're going to do everything in our power to make sure you have the tools you need. And that means first getting you into the archives. You do know what the archives are, correct?
They are the repositories for all the banned data from the Colony War.
Someone paid attention in current events. So, then you also know that it was originally managed by the 3 major galactic players. Access to the archives is only granted in cases of dire emergency, and requires a one-time use code from each of the 3 Armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun. Now, the UC is already on board, so that means we'll need to convince 2 people, the ambassadors of the Freestar Collective and House Varun, to hand over their codes. Get them both and you'll have your data. But that's a lot easier said than done.
You would think they'd be clamoring to help after the spaceport attack.
I couldn't agree more. However, both ambassadors have reasons they won't, or can't, work with us. Now, I'll provide guidance on how we believe you can acquire each code, but ultimately, it'll be up to you to get them both to cooperate. And I do mean cooperate. Threats and violence are off the table here. Though that doesn't mean we can't get creative.
But it does mean we need to get you up to speed on who you're dealing with. Who do you want to start with? Ambassador Radcliffe of Freestar, or Ambassador Balmore of House Varun?
Tell me about Ambassador Radcliffe of the Freestar Collective.
The good Ambassador Radcliffe. She's a veteran of the Colony War, and her only goal in life is to make ours miserable. Now, officially, our office is suggesting you try and negotiate with her. Use your experiences as a member of the military and with the threat we're facing to convince her to lend her support. And who knows? Maybe that'll work. Stranger things have happened. But my suspicion is we're going to have to rely on other tools to get her code.
Alright, tell me about these other tools then.
Certainly. See, good diplomacy is all about the careful application of pressure. We just need to find the squeeze. UC Intelligence has a recording device planted in the ambassador's living quarters, which we suspect you can use to your advantage. But getting caught trespassing is a quick way to land yourself in an embassy holding cell. So, if you are going to try and access the device, you're going to need to find a way in there without being seen. Now, we recovered some intel we believe should be able to help with that. But there's also a disgruntled staff member you might be able to pump for information. Maybe even convince to work with you.
What can you tell me about this staff member?
Name's Cameron Long. He's younger than Ratcliffe, bears less of a grudge towards the UC. He works closely with the ambassador, making him a promising source for information on the ins and outs of embassy life. And someone who very likely hates her guts.
Any other things I should avoid doing inside the embassy?
Yes, many. Don't steal anything. Don't get caught anywhere you're not supposed to. Absolutely do not harm anyone. If something goes wrong, we'll do our best to smooth things over, but I can't make any promises.
That's all the info I need for the moment on Ambassador Radcliffe.
All right. Here, your diplomatic ID. I'll give them a heads up you're on your way. Not likely to let you through the door otherwise. And take these. Chief Yassine wanted you to have some options on how to proceed in there.
Thanks. Tell me about Ambassador Balmore of House Varun.
Ambassador Balmore's a challenge. When the rest of House Varun retreated into seclusion shortly after the signing of the armistice, Balmore stayed here. He's since lent his support to a small number of archival requests, so there's real hope he might again. Though claiming to know how a member of House Varun thinks is a quick way to earn yourself a psych eval.
Why? What's wrong with House Varun?
Well, these days, they're primarily considered a security threat. House Varun zealots, a fundamentalist outshoot of the group that stayed behind when the rest retreated into seclusion, want nothing more than to send everyone not dedicated to their cause to the great serpent in the sky. But that hasn't always been the case. After they ended the Serpent's Crusade about 70 years back, House Varun did take a real run at trying to normalize relations with the rest of the galaxy. It's why they have an embassy here in the first place, why they were included in the armistice negotiations, but then, without warning, they left. Leaving behind, to our knowledge, just the ambassador and his duty under the armistice.
That actually sounds pretty promising.
It does, but there's a concern. We're not 100% sure Balmore's actually still alive. His public appearances were always rare, but it's been several years now since he last poked his head out. Scans of the facility show life signs, but not the kind we were expecting. Your task is to find him and kindly but firmly remind him of his duties under the armistice.
What do I do if he's dead?
Then you search the embassy for his biometric key, collect your code piece, and we'll go about notifying his next of kin, if we can ever find them. But let's hope it doesn't come to that.
What kind of life signs did you detect in the embassy?
The Varun delegation brought more than a few of their native flora with them when they set up in the embassy. It seems those plants have been allowed to flourish, making it hard for us to verify what's flora and what's ambassador.
I'll track him down.
I have no doubt. Now, the embassy front door isn't an option, but our spies have stated there's a side entrance that should allow you access. Here, this device should get you all the way down to the embassy interior. Once you're inside, though, finding the ambassador is going to be up to you. And fair warning, we received a report that alarms might have been tripped inside the embassy during the attacks. Watch out for automated security in there. Now, if you have additional questions or require clearance for a new approach we haven't already discussed, don't hesitate to ask. I'd suggest you start with Ambassador Radcliffe. Approach her while the attack is still fresh in her and her staff's mind. Be smart out there, Captain.
Thanks. Good, so that's gonna be it for now.
Excuse me.
Was it really Terramorphs?
They said
In
it's
the
over.
city.
That we can get back to work.
Yes.
I'm going to get any work.
I'm gonna go offline now, watch something, then go sleep. I'll probably stream tomorrow again.
By the way, Captain, Sergeant Yumi was looking for you. Sounds like he's got more work.
Yumi? Oh yeah. Well, thank you for watching. I wish you an awesome day, night, evening, whatever you have. Morning. Stay happy. Till next time. Bye.